Hello, everybody, and welcome to DartGames TV. This is your host, Gonzalo Cervantes, and today we're going to do a product review. It is my specific setup. It is a product that I like that I've been using for about a year and a half or so, and I wanted to just show it to you so that way you can see what my setup is like, or at least portion of it. So why don't we just jump right in? I want to just take you straight to the website. It is called Cuesoul, and what I use is the AK7 AK4 combination, which is basically the stems, the AK7, and they come in various sizes. I use the size B, which you see in your screen, which are this like second shortest. A being the shortest is a really short stem, but I use the B that suits my needs for my darts. And then I then use that with a combination, and of course this is what's cool about it. They have different gradients and things like that for your taste and your preferences and things like that. I have various stems, different colors depending on what setup I'm using. And then with that, along that, I use the flights themselves. So I use the AK4 flights, and I specifically do use the kite shape, and they have various shapes. I do the gradient, as well as I've tried the solid. So these are just the flat non-gradient ones, and they come in different colors, so they match the stems and things of that nature. They're pretty cool. They're pretty durable, which is what I like. What I'm currently disliking about it, but obviously it's always going to be the price point for me. However, it is a pretty decent price point. It's about $8 for the flight. If you throw daily, you will go through them. You will chew them up, and you find yourself replacing them. You know, Probably like once a month at least. So, these are about $8. The gradient ones do come from, they are a little bit more expensive, I believe. So let's take a quick look to see if we have the gradient ones here, and you'll see that the gradient flight, these are $8 versus $10. So once again, this is they have various flavors, and they do come from different websites, different warehouses. So depending on where your location, it may get to you sooner than later. But that's my two in that combination. I use the size B, and why don't we just go straight to it, and let's just start jumping into the review itself, the hardware. So
So what you see here on the screen is actually a brand new setup. These are the blue, I believe these are blue, gradient flights, the ones that I showed you previously on the screen. And with those, I had put in the past the B stems, the B length stems, and these are like in a gradient green and a gradient blue as well. What is cool about these is that they do ship you 4 of these. And I can tell you right now, in the year and a half that I've used these, I have only broken once. And it broke right where the spring area is, where the actual light attaches to the stem. So why do I like these? Well, there's a couple of reasons why I like these, but why don't we just jump into it? I'm gonna just set the green ones up, and I'm gonna start putting them on because it is time for me to set up my new ones. And obviously these are reusable, the stems. You just pull out the light and it snaps right back in. I don't think in my time using these that I've damaged any of the springs or the setup itself. It's pretty straightforward. It's like a little let me see if I can just focus here. They have a little bit of a spring, which is what allows for the flight to come in, and then it turns freely, but you'll see those shortly and how those work. So that's one of the components. Like I said, these are very durable. Once the flight is on here, you really don't have to worry about much. It's just a straight plug and play, as they say in technology. But let me just open these up. They do come with this cool little protector things to keep them nice and straight and away from any damage in the travel. They're pretty in delivery. They travel in a thick box itself, so you won't find yourself having an issue with these. But how these work, it's pretty straightforward, right? It's, you have these and the stem, flight, and you're gonna hear a little bit of a snap there, and then that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the setup. And like I said, this is the reason why I do like these is because they have this flexibility where if your dart is coming into the flight itself, you're going to hit it, and even if you're, well, obviously you're not going to rob it with this by any means. I can tell you that right now. And one, because it's durable. Two, there's just simply nowhere to rob it with this. And it rotates. So the flight itself will rotate when it gets hit. It's durable enough to keep the dart in its trajectory. And sometimes it can just help it. So you're going to get a little bounce out, so unless you actually hit the wire or something like that. As far as you also hitting it, they're thick. But they're not thick to the point where you're looking like a container that you buy to carry your food in type of thick. They're thin, they're flexible. You could probably you see them flex. They will chip. I can show you. This is my current ones. These are like white, so it might be a little bit harder to see. But I want to see if I can focus in on this one, and then you'll see that it does get chewed up. You'll see the ridges there chewed up a little bit. If I could shadow but you'll see them. They do come and this is like about a month's worth of shooting. So you'll see that. Okay, you probably see a little bit better. You see they're chewed up in the corner. You see little ridges there, but they're pretty durable. Outside of that, you won't Robin Hood. You get a little bounce out, especially if you have like tight groupings. If you're type of a shooter that like groups them really close and really tight, and you use markers and that kind of stuff to hit. This is definitely going to help you because it will rotate once you hit them. So that's what I really like about these as well. So for me, they do have a lot of options for the lens and things of that nature. But for me, I just use that B size, which is approximately 32 millimeters. And also the AK7 kite flights. The AK4 kite flights. So I do that. I use that setup. They're pretty durable. I have a teammate of mine who also uses the really short stems. So he likes those. For me, this lens seems to be pretty good. The actual setup itself, you see, it's, like I said, I've never had this break in a game, in a match, or in the middle. I think I was practicing and did something really weird that made my flight fly in a funny way, and it kind of broke right at the edge there. But aside from that, it's pretty good. They're durable. I do like them for that reason. But the most that I get out of it is in the flexibility of how these things. You hit them, they go in, they rotate. But they don't rotate in flight, so this is not one of those situations where you're throwing the dart and you're going to find yourself automatically moving. No, they stay firm in flight, but they only move when they're hit in the board. So I do recommend them. I recommend it to a couple of people. I do use them. So I do like them. I wish they were a little bit on the cheaper, maybe $1 cheaper, and you could make it a little bit easier to swallow the purchase. But they are good. They are durable. Like I said, you could buy a set of stems, and you could really go on with those. They do sell those little replacement parts for the actual stem themselves. And I'm going to just take this one apart so you can see how easy it is also to. That's it, and then you're done. This is. You throw the things away, and then you still have the stem with the full setup. they do have the spring replacement with these little caps that go inside, but I do have them. That was just in case, but I find myself that I never had to use them. So that's always a good thing. And then I do use their case as well, which also makes it easier to carry, but that's a different review. Either way, I really hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to take a look at. I am in the market for a new board. So if you have any recommendations, send me a chat, send me an email at DartGamesTV@gmail.com, and I'll take a look at it. I am always aware of the pricing. I had a board for almost 2 years now, and I think it's time to change it. So I think 2 years is a pretty good amount of game time on a board, and it's taken a beating, but it's a good thing. So let me know what I should review. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you soon. Shoot well, God bless.